Thank you all for coming. My name is Jeff Griffin, and I'm the Program Associate with Ohio PIRG, the Ohio Public Interest Research Group. And I'm joined here today by Dr. Gary Smith, the Director of the Center for Injury Research and Policy here at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Ohio PIRG is a nonprofit, nonpartisan, public interest advocacy organization. And we are here today to release our 25th annual Toy Safety Guide, Trouble in Toyland. Over the last 25 years, this report has led to over 150 recalls and other actions to get dangerous toys off of store shelves. And today I'd like to cover three things. First, the progress we've made this year in getting dangerous toys off of shelves. Second, what kind of toy hazards are still out there in stores today. And third, the new campaign that Ohio PIRG is starting today to protect America's tiniest consumers. In 2008, Congress responded to an unprecedented wave of toy recalls by passing a law to revamp the Consumer Product Safety Commission, and it can now better protect Americans and children from unsafe toys. In addition to expanding the Commission's staff, budget, and authority, it gives the CPSC tools to actually mandate testing on toys, as well as tools to speed the recalls of dangerous toys when they find them. It has also banned toxic chemicals called phthalates and other toxic metals in types of toys and children's products. So we've made a lot of progress, but there is still danger in the toy box. Ohio PIRG's report and the resources we offer online will help consumers identify and avoid the most hazardous threats and keep their children safe this holiday season. Not all the dangerous toys that we found actually violate the law, so consumers need to be very watchful when shopping for their children. They need to watch for choking hazards and toxics in their toys. This year, consumers can use our interactive website, toysafety.mobi, that's toysafety.mobi, and they can use this on their smartphones or on their home computers to keep toy safety at their fingertips. Consumers can also use this website to report to us toys they think might be unsafe or dangerous. I want to demonstrate three hazards that our PIRG researchers have found in stores just in the past month. These are choking hazards, lead and other toxic metals, as well as a toxic called phthalates in plastics. First is choking hazards. We all know that toddlers put everything in their mouths. In the past 3 years, at least 15 kids have died from choking on balloons, balls, small toys, and other small parts of toys. The CPSC has recalled over 5.8 million toys because of choking hazards, and this is the most for this type of action. The CPSC prohibits the sale of toys that fit in this test tube cylinder to children under 3. So for instance, this toy play nickel cannot be sold to children under 3. And the toy nickel packaging reflects this law. The law also requires prominent explicit warnings for toys marketed to kids between 3 and 6 that also show a choking hazard. Unfortunately, children often choke on toys that do not fit in the cylinder. For example, this red peg from this train set does not fit in the cylinder. It is about a fraction of an inch too high and too long. Unfortunately, a mother in DC this past year had to use the Heimlich maneuver on her 1-year-old son because he was choking on this very piece. That is why, for the past several years, Ohio PIRG has been urging parents to instead use this as a test tube for choking hazards. It's something we all have in our houses. It's an empty toilet paper roll, and it's bigger, so that means any toy or part of a toy that fits inside of this tube is not safe for children under 3. And like I said, this train, which caused a child to choke, and his mother had to use the Heimlich maneuver on him, right now complies with all of the safety standards out there. Today we're actually delivering the CPSC with a letter signed by consumers across the country urging them to update their small part standards using scientific research. And we will also deliver an official petition to their docket in December. And consumers out there can sign this petition to upgrade small part standards on the website toysafety.net. Next, I would like to talk about lead and antimony in toys. These are two metals that are toxic. We are all familiar with the dangers lead poses. It's been banned in paint since 1997 and banned in gasoline for a similar time. Lead is a powerful neurotoxin that causes chronic problems such as developmental problems and lowers IQ. New toy safety laws brought into effect recently lowered the limits for the amount of lead that can be in toys. But our reviews show that there are still toys out there that have too high lead. For example, this tiara has lead that is too high for the standards and is dangerous. Additionally, the metal antimony is another dangerous metal that is found in the chemical antimony is another dangerous metal that is found in the coating of many toys. For example, this toy gun in the handle has antimony at 194 parts per million, and the silver coating has antimony at 90 parts per million. The limit for antimony in toys is 60 parts per million, so this toy is definitely toxic. Ohio PIRG researchers purchased these toys at national chains across the country and sent them to a laboratory for testing. And so parents out there won't know what's toxic and what's not, so they must be very vigilant and looking and making sure that their toys are not toxic. Now I'd like to talk about a chemical called phthalates. Phthalates is a chemical that is used to soften plastics and has been banned in toys for children under 1, in which they might put it in their mouth. There are 6 types of phthalates that are regulated by the 2008 Product Safety Law. In the law, many of these children's products cannot contain more than 0.1% of phthalates. But as you can see in our report, our laboratory testing showed that 2 children's products, a doll and a popular backpack, contain toxic levels of phthalates. So in conclusion, the CPSC is doing a good job under its new expanded authority, but there's still more to be done, especially in preventing choking hazards and removing toxic metals and toxic chemicals from our toys. These are toys that kids use every day, and they must be safe. The CPSC should revise their small part standards to better protect children and the toys that they play with. Commerce should also continue to take action on the many other toxic chemicals that are endanger our children's health by overhauling the U.S. toxics policy. For parents and consumers about to embark on their Christmas shopping, Ohio PIRG has this advice. Remember that Ohio PIRG's report only shows a small sampling of the toys out there that are hazardous. They should always examine toys carefully for potential dangers before you make a purchase. And consumers should report unsafe toys to the Consumer Products Safety Commission at cpsc.gov. Thank you, and now I would like to bring Dr. Gary Smith up to the podium for his remarks.